What's up everybody, and welcome to the Bagger build series. I recently bought this 2013 Street Glide and it's relatively stock. It's just got the handlebars on it and a set of Vance & Hines pipes. So there's a lot that I want to do to this bike. So what we're going to do in this series is I'm going to trick this thing out. I'm going to tell you why I did it, show the performance enhancements, and then I'm going to show you a video of how I installed it all. And every part I use to modify this bike you can find at tucker.com. They're sponsoring this series. Everything you need for your VTwin they have on their website, multiple catalogs. So let's get busy tricking this thing out. So believe it or not, one of the first things I noticed when I rode this bike was the amount of wind that was hitting my helmet. For a bike that's got a relatively big fairing on the front, my helmet was just chattering in the wind. The wind's kind of coming up and hitting the sides of the helmet, causing my helmet to shake, especially at speeds 80 plus, then it gets really bad. Your eyes are vibrating in your head. This shield's pretty low. It's only about 5 inches tall. So we're gonna replace it with a National Cycle. It's called the VSTREAM Windscreen. It's got this cool shape to it. What they're saying is it directs the wind around your helmet. So we're gonna mount one of those up. Then we also got a cool accent trim piece by Performance Machine and some cool mounting screws by the guys over at Kuryakyn. I also noticed some wind coming through here on the lower fairing. So I've got these Dragon Wind windscreens, but Kuryakyn makes them. We'll get those mounted up and give them a try. Then the mirrors on this bike are terrible. It has the stock mirrors. Look at this mirror over here. It's just loose and wobbly. It won't stay put. I don't like the position of it. The one over here is completely missing. So what I chose to replace it is we're gonna pull those off. We're gonna put some Kuryakyn mirror covers there. And then on the handlebars, we're gonna mount some Performance Machine mirrors. I'll try them down low first to see what kind of vision we get. We might have to mount them on top. They're nice pieces, they feel nice and heavy, so that's good. So here's how everything looks all completed out here in the daylight. I really like those wings, man. Those are cool. Before I road test these, I want to say a couple things. This new shield is 7.5 inches tall. The one I took off was 4.5 inches. Now for the dark tint, you can also get it in 10 3/4 inches tall. In clear, it comes in 14 inches and 17 inches. And you can do a light tint. That one comes in 10 3/4 also. I obviously went with the dark tint, 7.25 inches. Okay, you can see it's got this cool shape right here to push the wind outward. Now I also want to say something about these mirrors. First of all, the price is amazing. These things are like strong aluminum. They're not cheap plastic. I have 14-inch bars, which means my bars are obviously higher than the stock bars down here. If you got the stock bars, these mirrors aren't even gonna work. You're gonna have to run like the Stalkers or something else. Notice here too, they adjust in and out like this. They got a little pivot right here, which is nice. Another thing I want to say about these National Cycle windscreens, they are 4.5 millimeter polycarbonate, which is 40% thicker than the Stalkers, so you're not going to get any vibration. They got a hard coating which makes them scratch resistant and a 3-year warranty against breakage. Another thing I want to say about all these items I put on here, Tucker has multiple choices of everything, different brands and different styles of windscreens, different styles of these wind devices down here. Lots of mirrors, lots of brands, lots of mirrors. Tucker.com, go check them out. Here's like an overall view of the cockpit now. I like it, looks great. Let's ride. All right guys, so I just cruised out of my neighborhood going really slow, so I couldn't really feel what was going on with the windscreen. I wanted you guys to experience it for the first time along with me. So let's bring it up to 50 miles an hour. There's 50. And my helmet, I don't really feel much of anything at all. Awesome. Let's go up to 60. Yeah, wow, what a difference. Huge difference in wind, honestly. I would say at those speeds, looking at about like an 80% difference being better. Now I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna do like 80 across this strip up here when I get past this guy. Let's talk about the mirrors real quick. Honestly, about half the mirror is covered with my elbow, and I'm kind of leaning back and I got my arms pretty straight, and I'm still seeing about half the mirror's elbow. Now if I want to really, you know, open up the mirror, I just lift up my arm and I can see really good. But some of you don't want to deal with that, so that's what's going on with the mirrors. All right, at 70, wind is really good, not bad at all. All right, I brought this thing up to 80 miles an hour, and it used to be at 80 miles an hour, my head was getting beat all over the place. I would have to say the wind improvement at 80 it's twice as good at least, if not more. And to me, that makes a big difference when you're riding long distance. You know, you don't want your head getting pounded around. So right now, I give the Shield huge kudos. Like right now, I don't feel anything. There's no wind on my helmet, like at all, at 50 miles an hour. So even the taller Shield is not blocking my vision. I'm 5'10", and yeah, the taller Shield takes a little getting used to, but it's not bad at all. What I want to do next is I want to mess around with these little these Dragon Wing airfoils by Kuryakyn. Right now they're closed. I want to feel the difference between closed and open, so I just rode it with them closed. Now I'm wearing a heavy duty jacket, so it might be hard to feel the difference between the two. It's pretty cool. You just push them down, rotate them. Look at that. Suckers are open, you know, mostly for warmer weather riding. Ooh, will backfire. Now I'm also using my hand to feel the difference. Obviously I can feel wind coming through right there. Slow down and let me close it. Now there's absolutely no air right here. If it's warmer weather and I'm not wearing a jacket, even though I always do, that's probably going to be when you feel the most difference with these down here. Wearing a big heavy leather jacket, I can't feel the difference, and it's pretty chilly out. If you're one of those people that rides in a t-shirt sometimes or a sweatshirt, you're probably going to feel the most difference in something like that. Now what I am noticing is they don't vibrate, which is good. I mean, if you're riding along and those things are like vibrating in the wind, that's going to be irritating. They're eventually going to break off, and then what are you going to have? So let's pull over here. I'm going to swap out those mirrors real quick, and we'll check those out. Ooh, it smells like a dead animal over here. Oh. All right, that swap took all of about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to say this before we take off and ride. Wow, what a difference. So much better. 100% clear vision, no distractions. What I want to do now is I want to ride with them, make sure they don't vibrate and all that in the wind. So let's do that. You know, it's kind of weird seeing them up here now because they weren't there before, but just like anything, you'll get used to it. But the vision is like so much better, 100% improved. So I'm going 60 right now, and the mirrors are like super stable, very easy to adjust on the fly. All right, I just did a pretty long stretch of road up to 80 miles an hour, and wow, dude, they didn't move. The wind didn't push them out of adjustment. They didn't vibrate. The vision was clear the whole time. I'm pretty much blown away, because my last bobber, man, that was not the case. So I'm gonna say this right now, overall everything is awesome. The wings down there, I dig them. I don't really know, I can't say that they're great or not, but I'm glad I got them, and I'll probably learn over time how much they're doing. I think they look cool too, and I'm sure they're doing some good. So right now I'm going to show you guys how I mounted everything up, so let's check that out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by removing the stock mirrors. There's a screw down here that takes a Torx T27, and I'm just going to take that screw all the way out. Go. We'll also remove this windscreen screw. Actually, let's go ahead and remove all 3 of the windscreen screws, since we are changing the windscreen too. Okay, at this point we can just pull the fairing back. Still mounted down by the headlight, but we still got plenty of room to get in here, release our mirror, change our windscreen. Now I'm going to come in here. There's a nut on the back side, 11/16 socket. Use a deep socket. Let's pull the fairing back. Pull the nut out. Pull that out. Oh, something fell in there. So just take all this out. I'll do the other side, then we'll do the windshield. So while we got this unbolted, we can easily just pull this away a little bit. Slide the old shield out. Okay, now let's install the National Cycle VSTREAM shield. Just slides right in here. Just take your time. Don't want to force anything. Okay, good. Now we got the trim piece and the accent screws. So we're going to put the middle bolt in first. Get it going. Might have to wiggle it around to get it in the threads. And we'll just get it snug so it's not so wobbly. Come over here and push this down. It's pretty thin metal, so it flexes. But it is aluminum, so that's very cool. Allen wrench. Snug it. Once again, you don't want to over tighten these either because they have a nut insert that goes into the plastic and you don't want to jack that up. There's multiple versions of this trim piece right here, ones that are all black. So make sure you go to the Tucker's catalog and check it out. Next we want to put the screw back in down here, both sides. Just snug them down, not super tight. Next we have these Kuryakyn mirror block off plates. They got 3M adhesive on the back side. They have two little studs that go in these holes to line it up. So we just peel it off, stick it on. No more holes. Clean the surface. I'm just using a dry rag here. 3M adhesive is very sticky, so I'm not too worried about it. Just peel that backing off with your trusty knife and then line it up with the holes and stick it on. So next we're going to mount up these dragon wings from Kuryakyn. So to do that we need to remove these three, I don't even know what you call these, like a plastic rivet. So carefully, without scratching or interfering, I got that one started with a knife, and then I'm coming back with a flathead screwdriver, and they just pop right out. Actually this one, there we go. So we just line up the three holes, take these screws right here. They'll actually just self-tap into the holes we pulled those plastic rivets out of. Get all three in before you tighten them down. Now one thing I'm noticing is this wind deflector is actually touching this light, but you can still get the screw in, no problem. And then just use an Allen key to tighten them down. Don't over tighten them too, just you're going into plastic so you don't want to strip anything out. The way you can tell left from right on these wings is the screws right here face the rider. There you go. Okay, so check this out. What these wings do is they're adjustable. If you push them down, there's a spring right here on the shaft. If you push it down, you can rotate it and adjust your airflow. So to do that while you're riding, what they do is they give you this little thumb tab. All you gotta do, take off the adhesive. I'm gonna mount it down here, down low. There's a little alcohol pad it comes with. Just kind of wipe it like that. Hit it with my microfiber. Stick it on so your thumb can push down. Stick that there. So now when I'm riding, I can just push that down with my thumb, with my hand, and open or close it. Pretty snazzy. Alright, so the last thing to do is put on these Performance Machine mirrors. Nice heavy units. They have a lot of different styles in the Tucker catalog. A lot of different brands. A lot of different styles for each brand. So make sure you go to tucker.com and check those out. Now this mirror comes with two different length bolts. We're going to need the long one for this install. Cool little spacer here. Little accent piece. Make sure you want to put a little bit of Loctite on there too so it doesn't come loose. And just snug them on because you're going to need to get on the bike and adjust it anyways, the swing and all that. So I'll just hand tight that I'll put the other one on. Another cool feature about these Performance Machine mirrors is the adjustability. Not only can you adjust them this way, there's also an Allen bolt right here that you can loosen and you can adjust the angle this way. I'm liking these mirrors so far. I'm gonna have to say I'm pretty happy with everything we just did to the bike. We didn't have to spend a ton of money, and the air management, riding the bike's way better than it was before. And actually, after installing all these things, I did a 300-mile ride yesterday. Everything did great. The mirrors worked awesome. The air management behind the bike was really nice. 300 miles and I wasn't even worn out. So if you guys want to get any of these items for your bike, go to tucker.com. All the information for these parts is in the description of the video, the part number, the price, all that. And that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to get notifications when the next episode comes out. See you guys in the next Bagger Build video.